Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this special live feed with the Numismaniac. I'm the skipper. Pleasure to have you here. It's going to be one of those special days where we can actually chit chat back and forth and discuss matters regarding Remembrance Week and what we're doing to remember those that we have loved and lost, what plans we might have, what we do to remember, uh, how we're keeping in touch with one another, how we're grounding ourselves. Uh, General chit chat, maybe a little bit of banter, having a little bit of fun, but we're it's important that we're here for one another. So I'll start it off light. I'm going to wish you well. As you can see, I got kind of my Christmas mug here. It's getting close. Mm, that's bloody good. And I was just pondering some of the ways that I try to remember. And I had the privilege to have served with 4 regiments in the Canadian Army, 2 of them reserve and 2 regular force. And I made a lot of good friends and had some adventures. And fortunate for me, I wasn't in the thick of things like our poor lads and lasses that ended up going off to Afghanistan, Iraq, and that sort of thing. Those are the ones that really put their life on the line. And I joke with my son because he served with the Lord Strathcona Horse Regiment. He was a tanker, a zipper head. I kid him about it because I was infantry for most of my career. And he says, "Dad, you weren't in anything major, right?" I says, "Well, not like you." And I wasn't, having the respect, even though he's my son. I don't argue with him because he's right. I remember sitting in the butts, putting targets up and down while bullets were flying over my head, but I knew those bullets were aiming at that target that was being popped up, and it wasn't being directed at me. That is the last thing that any service person would ever want. There's no sane person that wants to be put into the thick of a battle where your life is on the line. You're trained to do it. You do it when you have to do it. But I have great respect for those that actually uh, ended up in those situations, and especially those that had to do things like in Afghanistan, where you hear the stories about the fire bases and the firefights they're going into, but just getting supplies back and forth and the convoys running down those roads and the IEDs that they had to deal with. I used to think it was pretty rough when during the days in Ireland and how the British forces had to deal with the IRA and how they used to utilize crowds to hide themselves, and they were constantly being targeted. They didn't know who their enemy was. Well, not like and I have to admit it, World War II, you pretty well knew who your enemy was. I mean, they were wearing a different uniform. It was pretty blatant. But when you've got a bunch of people that blend right in, and you don't know who the enemy is, that is psychologically damaging beyond words. And so I do have a great deal of respect for our young servicemen and women that had to put themselves in the fray, and put up with that terrible, terrible situation. So, Butt Files, it's nice to see you in the live feed. Again, I'm inviting anybody that wants to chat and wants to share some stories. By all means, just let's not try to avoid war porn. We don't want to be triggering anybody. Um, yeah, it's important in my case. I want people to remember and remember in whatever way you want to, whether it be having things around the house. I have a friend that got killed almost 50 years ago now, and I have a little memorial that I set up for him. and I light a candle on the day that he lost his life, and I've never forgotten because he was a good friend, a childhood friend. Likewise, things that remind me of those days when I was a young buck and able to do some of the things that I wish I could still do. I hold on to things now. As you know, I'm a numismatist, and I do things like challenge coins. Like for every regiment that I ever served in, I have a challenge coin that I hold on to, and I with those challenge coins, uh, whether I was actually in the unit or attached to, or had the privilege to serve with in one capacity or another, I try to collect every challenge coin I can, as long as it has significance to me because I actually served with them or around them. And I've got a lot of U.S. ones and British ones too. I mean, went to the U.S. Ranger School in Fort Benning, Georgia. That was something I really enjoyed doing. I served with the 3rd Battalion, 7th Infantry, the Cotton Balers. The National Guard out of 8 Mile Armories in Detroit, Michigan. They took me up and a couple of my soldier buddies and took us up to Camp Grayling Army Air Force Base, where we served there up there and fired on the ranges and had a jolly good time with them. And so I have little mementos for that. That's one tiny thing that I do. The other thing is because there's only so much that we can hold up here. We try to accumulate as much information that we can share, or remind ourselves of the things that we've gone through. And Dimebag Darren Lowe, thank you for coming in. By the way, I'm using your blue. What is this? The Snowball. I hope it sounds okay. Computer's all fixed. Finally, had to take it in. They can fix Macs, but I'm a big one on finding historical information. I almost feel like I should be wearing gloves with this. I'll give you an example of some of the books, and this is, believe me, this is like the top of an iceberg. I've got a lot of books. This one here is called A General Sketch of the European War, the Second Phase. And this is what it looks like. And what I get a kick out of it is it's rather old. It's by Hilaire Belloc. And it was published July of 1916. And it's got everything in here, including how they set up their trenches, arcs of fire, different areas that they were set up. Battle line of the Marne is in there. I mean, this is a fabulous resource. And I mean, I'm not going to put down the stuff you find in online in Google or whatever, but there's something about hardcover that I really like. I spent 30 years in scouting, and one of the people that I really admired was Baden-Powell. Lord Baden-Powell was the hero of Mafeking before he became the founder of the Boy Scout movement. And one of the things I was fortunate to find was a book about him that actually is dated 1900. And this one here actually tells about how he dealt with the siege of Mafeking. And oh, I see Carrie's coming up. Wonderful. Get in there. I'm there. There you are. Hi, Carrie.
Hello. I just had to turn down the other sound off
Oh, that's no problem.
Other page because I hear double voices.
I've done that more than once myself.
I'm like, okay, where's that coming from? And I'm looking around. I go, oh yeah, I forgot to turn it down.
No problem. Well, thank you for coming up. Yeah,
No,
I was just going on trying to explain. Okay, it's like some of the books that I hold on to as reference book.
I got some of my grandparents' picture. My two of my grandfather's pictures are the World War I and World War II. Both of them they were together.
Wow, that's something.
And I don't even have a picture of my aunt. I do have a picture of. I have to look for it. My uncle who just passed away 2 years ago with pneumonia. He was the airplane.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, it's important that you hold on to or try to accumulate that information. And
Yeah,
sometimes, if you don't find it, it's going to get lost.
yeah.
You need
I'm
to
the
find it.
only granddaughter they have.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, a good example for me. I have two distant cousins that actually were on board the USS Arizona, and they actually died at Pearl Harbor. They're still in that ship.
That's the one they're trying to lift up.
No, they'll never lift that up. The Arizona Memorial will stay there for forever and ever, I think.
They were talking about one they're trying to lift up. Oh, I know what it was. The Titanic.
Yeah, I don't think they'll touch the Titanic either. It's gotten so bad, and
they're too poisonous too.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
No.
Oh, what do we got here? Aha! This interest just got another 2014 Canadian gold 1/10 ounce First Special Service Force commemorative coin today.
Oh,
it is my second because it's part of my SF's lineage, 10th and 12th SFGA and 1st Infantry Division. Gary, that's very cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it is. First Special Service Force, for those that don't know a lot about it, that's an incredible unit. That's like the grandfather of all special forces for Canada and the U.S. Fort Henry Harrison was where they got trained, down in Helena, Montana. And there are still a few of the old buggers still alive. I've met a few of them. I was Special Service Force, no, not back then, but in Petawawa, and they allowed me to be an assault.
Are you up at Petawawa?
Oh, no, not anymore. I was in Petawawa, but
that were one of my dad's first cousins were up the base up there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's small world, eh?
To help my dad's friend.
Yeah.
And we deliver on bases.
Oh, neat.
For frozen foods and a freezer.
Oh, isn't that a small world?
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. Yeah, the with the First Special Service Force, the Devils Brigade, or the Black Devils, which is the proper way you want to say it. It's an interesting history. They were super commandos. I mean, these guys in World War II took positions that no one else could do. They did stuff no one could. Their life expectancy was very, very short, and they were willing to go the extra miles. And it's the only time that where Canada and the United States combined the forces, put them all in the same uniform. These guys became best friends. Oh, and contrary to the movie, the Americans were not all drunkards and convicts and all that stuff. They were regular Joes. So that was a fictition, even though it made for a good movie. But frankly, I love First Special Service Force, and anything, I have books on it downstairs, and we go down to Henry Harrison as often as we can because it's very cool down there.
Yeah.
Oh, and Gary's saying, I know personally one first Special Service Force member who lives very close to me and had a great conversation with. That's awesome. Yeah, we had Maurice White up here who passed away just a short while ago, and a bunch of us were taking turns visiting him. But like I say, they're getting pretty up there. It's if you do get a chance to meet them, boy, it's worth it.
Yeah, I had one when he used to live on this floor where I live on. I used to help him. I didn't ask for no money or nothing.
Oh, they appreciate that. They do appreciate that.
I go, I don't want no money. I just do it for good out of my heart.
Well, that's good. A cheers on you.
Yeah. Because my grandmother taught me after she moved in, and I was very young, she taught me to respect elders.
Well, I'm at the top of the pyramid now.
Yeah, no.
I don't have a lot of elders to respect anymore.
Guess what, hon? I'm the only one left in my family.
Yeah, well, we eventually had to get to the top, didn't we?
Yep. You could hear my dog. Hey, no barking. Mommy's talking.
Yeah, I lost my dog in August, and the house feels so empty.
Yeah, I lost my first dog in here. I lost my second pet in here. Now I'm on my third one.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get another one till I'm in my 90s because I want the dog to outlive me. The grief is too hard on you.
Yeah, I'm special needs, and it takes a lot out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went into a depression because I had the dog for 12 years. And I shut down.
It does put you in. My wife and I shut down for months.
Yeah, and my cousin goes, "Why are you down?" She goes, "Oh." So she goes, she goes, "This is your last dog because you're getting old." I go, "I'm not old. You guys are getting older than me." She goes, "No, you're going to be 60." I go to her, I'm only 54. Now I'm 57, so.
I'm 18 with 58 years experience.
I was like, no, if I want a pet, I get myself a cat. They don't. Dogs are. If you got bad knees and a bad back and stuff, you can't walk the dog.
That's what I was having problems with at the end there because I'm waiting for a hip replacement. So it was really hard.
I had a knee replacement, but last, I'm sitting on the pillow for a reason. My tailbone, if I sit on a wooden chair too long, I get sore. Because my knee replacement, I went for a walk. I didn't see no black ice. I went up. I put my whole leg backwards.
Ooh, just thinking about that. That's nasty.
You know how rubber boots, the thick rubber boots, really heavy.
Yep.
Eh? That what kicked me in the butt. So that's where it's sore still. I'm still feeling it.
Oh my goodness.
I said no, I got shot, but I've been in a war. That's okay. They look at me and go, "What do you mean the war?" I go, "I keep falling."
Yeah, Gary is saying it's very hard losing a family member that has 4 legs and fur. I was always a dog person until that cat wandered into my shed years ago. She's my princess now.
Yeah.
Yeah, cats and dogs are so different.
Yep. Cats could want your attention. Hi, everyone. Right back at ya. Yeah, no, the cats, they got their own personalities. If you rush them to call it up with you, they won't do it. You have to let them do it.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Where was I here? Oh yeah, we're talking about different books.
Yeah.
One of the things, again, this is an example. You can get books like this. Here's one on Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry. Fabulous book. Has a great history. I like the ones that are more like a Reader's Digest version. That way I can zip through them quicker. I'm not like my wife, who can read one of these bloody books in the night. This is 6 months reading for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At school, it takes me a lot longer to read a book.
Yeah, I'm much the same. I mean, I guess with practice you get better.
Yeah.
Here's one that's on for the Royal Canadian Regiment.
Oh wow!
Right, these are fabulous reference books. It's another one here.
I'm going to look for them.
Oh yeah, the Essex and Kent Scottish. They put out a beautiful book called Duty Nobly Done, and that is a fabulous book in the history. And I'm in it.
Oh wow!
I'm in it during the FLQ crisis. It mentions something that I did.
In the blue book, does it mention anybody's last names in them?
In that book, no. Oh, you're talking about officers? Yeah, typically they don't mention all the ranks, but they usually mention the officers that are in charge, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Hello, John Chum. Yes, I know I am a seasonal actor, and yes, I will be portraying St. Nicholas very soon, but not today. I'm waiting until after Remembrance Day. And then after Remembrance Day, you won't see the skipper for a while. It'll be Santa Claus will be online.
Yeah.
I only do it six weeks a year, so well, I still keep the spirit up.
That's what we need, Skipper. Like, I don't care. What was it? I'm 57 years old. I love to see Santa Claus on the corners of the street.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because we love it too.
Because I love seeing them.
I went into a seniors residence last year, and I had more fun with those people than anybody else. Because there's nothing more enjoyable than going up to a 94-year-old lady and going, Carol, I haven't seen you in years. You've gotten so big. She says, where the heck have you been?
I know. Some seniors are so funny that way.
Oh, they're a hoot.
Yeah, I one thing, Skipper, when my mom left Scarborough General, I said that when Santa comes back next, like a year after, tell him thank you to make my mom happy.
Guaranteed. That's a good. That would be a good thing.
Yeah, that's what I did. And then when she passed away, I went back every year for them to say thank you.
Sweet. That really is.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a book. It's again about the Essex Scottish. The Essex Scottish amalgamated, I believe, in 1953 with the Kent Regiment. But it's called Hard Tears, Soft Laughter. And one of the things that a lot of people don't realize that veterans who have seen action generally don't like talking about it. They like reflecting on the fun things. So when they mention hard tears, they internalize a lot of it, and a lot of the older guys never had the resources that we have now dealing with operation stress injuries and PTSD. And the soft laughter is they have dark humor. I haven't met a service person, regardless of what army they served in, that didn't have a good sense of humor. It's just the way they are, and that's how they get through life. And that's a great book on how people deal with that. And finally, the one thing that a lot of people don't realize, especially here in Canada, I'm sure they have it in the States, the Royal Canadian Legion, they put out the Legion magazine quite often. I wouldn't say monthly. I usually see it every 2 or 3 months. But when this thing comes out, it has got facts, figures, stories, all kinds of interesting articles, different features that you can look up. And if you love history, this is a reference that's absolutely amazing. Uh, I mean, even if you aren't a big reader, it's got great pictures. Anyway, but the references that we have that are available to us, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, get a hold of some of those, or if not, join the Royal Canadian Legion if you want it. There is a
I already am a Legion member. I have to pay my dues.
yeah, actually, yeah. Mine's coming up here soon too. So
I have to pay double because I forgot last year. I know because of the money. It was something to do with my money.
Hey, John.
Hey, John. You want to see Skipper? You want to see Skipper, baby? You want to see Skipper?
He's like, what's going on? I don't get it.
No, she loves being on camera. She's my movie star.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Because I take my camera, my phone with me, and I take pictures with her all the time. But you know what? I was thankful. I wasn't in the building next door. The building, like we're attached.
Right.
But it's not really attached, but the garage is.
Yeah.
On the 5th floor, they had a bad fire.
Oh, dear.
I didn't even hear the sirens.
John is asking, is that a Jack Russell?
Jack Russell Terrier, mixed with a terrier. She's not a Canadian dog. She's an American dog.
Gee, an American and living in Canada?
Yep.
Then she's a border collie.
No,
I know.
Yeah, but I don't know all the history, John, or anybody, because this dog was a doctor's dog, and when he came home, he went to lay down. He never woke up. He died and left her 2 weeks with no food, no water.
Oh my goodness, the poor dog.
And I still don't know her last name. I don't know nothing about her. She just was a skittish dog when I got her. And now she came right out of it. It took me almost
Gary says she's a border jumper.
Border jumper. Yep, I think so. But she's doing really well. She gained 20 pounds, a lot better than she was. And she just loves me like tears. Like I can't even go 5 minutes to the store. She sits right at the door waiting for me to come back. Right? After you get your supper, you just finish your lunch at 1 o'clock. No, I put food down in the morning. If she doesn't eat, she will eat when she's hungry.
Right.
And I don't like leaving food down too much because I may kick it and have it over the floor, then I'd be mad at myself.
Yeah, that was another problem I had with mine because if I made any spillage, I couldn't get down to clean it up.
Yeah.
That caused a problem. Well, hopefully after I have my surgery, I'll be able to do that sort of thing.
Yeah, you know what, Skipper? They won't keep you down very long. They will only let you stay in bed for 5 minutes after surgery, and they get you right out and walking.
Even with a hip?
Yep.
Well, that should be interesting.
Yeah. They got me out of bed the next day because they they I had a needle in my back
Right?
to freeze me because I can't be put to sleep.
You have to stay awake for your surgery?
Yeah,
Oh, that would be brutal.
because I can't be put under because it would kill me.
Wow.
Yeah, because I have bad arteries and they might collapse. And I already went, one in my neck was already gone, and 9 of them in my right side of my brain. They think that because I've been hit by a car when I was 4, so all the damage is coming out now. Yeah,
Wow.
that's why it took me a year in the hospital, and like back in 2017, I was in there till almost till 2018.
I only had one surgery where I was awake and they did the local anesthetic. They were doing the surgery on my face. And I'll tell you, that was a horrible experience.
They did it with my eyes. I was asleep.
Ooh.
I was asleep. I didn't see any surgery because
Good.
I had cataracts.
Mhm.
Cataracts was only 5 minutes on the table, and you were home the same day.
Wow.
Yeah. I said I don't want no more operations. After I had 24, I told them no more. I'm
All
too
right.
I'm too young to any more surgery.
Putting up a picture. That's my son.
Oh wow,
Christopher. He served over in Bosnia with Lord Stratz. I
that's
thought,
his Jeep, right?
what's that?
That's his Jeep, right?
That's not a Jeep. That's an armored vehicle.
Whoa.
It's after my days. I don't know if that's a Cougar or I don't know what the heck that is. I'd have to ask him.
Yeah.
I was in M113s. I was in armored personnel carriers, nothing like this one. So I'm before that.
I keep calling them all Jeeps, not Jeeps, but tanks, because it's easier on me. Yeah, that's a nice picture of your son.
Yeah, they did a nice job. That's actually a painting, which is really nice.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's Gary saying the American Legion has a Legion magazine too. Well, I would hope so. He says, I have had small terriers my whole life, and I'm 67. The young guy. My current terrier is a Feist Terrier. Is I'm saying that right? Feist? A combination of a Jack Russell, Rat Terrier, and Russell's Terrier. Good hunting. A Heinz 57 Terrier.
No, that one he said they have, some of them can have long hair. And then you gotta get it cut all the time.
So my youngest daughter has a big terrier American Staffordshire, an AKA pit bull, just a 60-pound lapdog. My daughter and her hubby have a pit bull, and his name's Kenny. And that dog loves me. But the thing is, I've never seen a dog with so much muscle in my life. Oh yeah, I'm like, wow, you're a beefy dog. But talk about a fun. He gets the zoomies, and it's funny to watch. I thoroughly enjoy dogs like that.
In the summer, you should see her in the park. She has zoomies in the park. My first dog was a lab. When he stood up on his back legs, he's 6'11".
Oh, good grief, that's huge.
And don't. Oh wow, your medals.
No, those aren't medals, hon. That's
Oh, your coin.
What we're focusing on there. We're talking about the 1st Special Service Force.
Oh yeah, okay.
Those are the decals they used to leave on the Germans they would sneak into their positions, slit their throats. They used to, just put blackening cam stick or whatever on their face, and they go in, stick that on, and in the morning, the rest of the Germans would get up and find this sticker on there going, yeah, the I forget exactly what it said. What was it? Das Dick ein Comic, and that basically says you're next.
Whoa, that my second uncle lived in Germany and he left because he didn't want to fight in the war.
Conscientious objector. That is not unusual. My Uncle Bob, he wasn't a conscientious objector, but he sure paid a price for what he did. One of the I love my Uncle Bob, but he went from Canada, and a lot of Canadians did during Vietnam. He went down, joined the American Army, and actually went into the airborne. Went to Vietnam. He did one tour. He got back, and apparently he was going to be going for a second tour, and he said, "Piss on this." And he dodged the bullet, and he went back to Canada without leave. He deserted during wartime. So he crashed at my house at the time too. But he crashed there, and they had government representatives from the States come over to Windsor and convinced my mother to turn him in. But he got a lesser charge. Basically, he got off scot-free. Spent a year in Leavenworth, which is not exactly a pleasure to do, but it's better than being put to death because you desert during wartime.
My other uncle, who you just say that war, he went there to fight. When he came back, he didn't even know his wife and his 8 kids. They found out he had a tumor on his brain.
Oh, that's too bad to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have more memorabilia, Gary. Not most of it's stuff that you can get in the kit shop they have at Fort Henry Harrison, but some pretty cool things. And oh yeah, of course I will. I actually awarded my son. His name's Chris. I awarded him a Quilt of Valor, which, by the way, you guys have down the States as well. It's probably one of the nicest things. I like giving them out better than decorations because it means more. And the way we do it, there's a group of volunteer quilters who make these lovely quilts for veterans, and they put a little patch on the inside, thanking them for their service. And showing details who did the quilting and all this stuff, and their serial number and their names inside their rank. And we go, and as a team we go in, we wrap them up in it. It says, "Thank you from a grateful nation. This is your warm hug," and we hug them in this thing. And literally, I've had them break down in tears because it meant more to them than getting a medal stuck on their chest. It was like, wow, this is great. And I was awarded one too. And that thing, I take it everywhere. When it gets minus 50 out here, I got my quilt on. It's nice.
Yeah. I'm making one for a friend right now. A black with gray and black at the border, and then the rest is all going to be black. I'm making it for her. And then I'm going to make some to give away.
A lot of you folks out there are so talented. I thought I had a little bit of talent because I could do some karaoke, but that's as far as being able to
crochet.
Oh,
I've been taught how to crochet. I've been taught to knit and needlepoint.
Oh, I've got so much yarn downstairs. Do you know Rebecca?
Yeah.
Yarn?
Okay. She told me how to make hats.
Rebecca made me the most fabulous Santa hat ever. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's the one who's gonna teach me how to do it after I get my loops tomorrow.
Well, that's good to hear. Yeah. Oh, the work she does. She spent 8 hours on my hat. 8 hours.
Yep.
So she makes this thing, sends it to me, and I says, "Well, I got to pay her back somehow." So I went out and I bought all this red and white yarn, and I was going to send it down to her, but it was going to cost me a fortune. So I just sent her money. This was no use. So I got a ton of yarn sitting up here in Edmonton. I have to try to sell somehow.
Yeah. Because I know I'm too far away from you to send it to me too. It will cost you money too.
Oh yeah, she's a nice lady. Oh my gosh.
She sent me her sticker. I got it on Monday.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah. I got about four people so far stickers.
Do you now? Well,
Yeah.
I'll do you so. Here's what I'm going to do for you. Let me put this on here. Where's my banners? Okay, there's the banner below is my email address. Anybody wants to have a seasonal sticker from Jolly Old Saint Nick for his YouTube channel, I'll send you one.
Okay.
Just send me your address and I'll send it out.
Guess what? It's easy and it's already on my page.
Cool.
Yeah, my address is already on my page. You don't have to go through like people's emails. I set it up as a pop-up.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I will email you my address. Don't worry.
Oh, wonderful.
Do that tonight. Or for
So are you down near in Ontario?
Yeah, I'm in Scarborough.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Most of my family are in and around Scarborough, Ajax, Mississauga.
I'm in the train. I'm at Markham Road and Kingston Road.
Gosh, how can you even afford to live there?
I don't. My rent is. You really want to know?
Oh, I'm dreading this.
I'm paying only $139. The government pays for my rent.
Whoa.
Yes, because I'm in a group home, and I'm also in Housing Connections. So both of them are paying my rent.
Wow. Yeah, I looked at the rents down there. In fact, I used to own. I bought a house. I'm going to date myself here for sure. I bought myself a house in Windsor, Ontario, in 1972. I bought it for a lot of people are going to go, this can't be real. I bought it for $200 down. It was 9.25% interest, but the house was $18,000, and it was on a double lot. It was a bungalow, 18 grand. My payments were $180 a month, which at that time was a lot of money.
Yep.
Well, that house now, I looked it up, $1 million.
Yep. For 2 bedrooms in here, you're paying almost $1,800 plus $200 for hydro.
And that's just rent.
Yep. And you gotta pay $100 more for a parking spot.
Oh.
So yeah, I say to people, don't move in here. You're gonna pay for 2 bedrooms almost $1,800 or $1,900.
Yeah, I've got family members that are moving west to get out of Ontario. I mean, that's where we're originally from, and they're coming out here. And well, it's a little better. Well, as far as rent goes, it's a lot better, but it's a pretty expensive time to try to get by. I'm waiting for some of my kids to go, Dad, can we move in with you? I'm kind of like being in an empty nester.
I can't even do that, Skipper, because I can't even ask my parents, could I come back home?
Well, not us. Come on, I know that.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh man, where's my parents when I need them? I want to move back home.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to live in my mom or dad's place. No, 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 no.
No, my dad spoiled me rotten, Skipper,
Yeah, yeah,
because he was the only child, and he knew I wasn't gonna make it in the world. Like because of my brain damage,
right.
people don't want to give you a chance to work. So I sit at home. Right now, I go to school to learn how to use a computer, but I would love to be out with seeing other people.
Well, you're moving in the right direction. Even doing the social media and getting out and talking with people,
Yeah,
that helps. It does help.
yeah. It's like people don't. People go, why are you not working? I go, if your kid has a special needs, some of them they don't want to come near us. They think we may pass something along to them. Yeah, I
Yeah,
had one Chinese person did that to me at a Philips. You know how you get wires for your car?
mm-hmm.
I was doing that. And this Chinese girl didn't want to come near me in case I give her something she couldn't have.
Yeah, it's well, you know what? Everybody's different, and
Yeah,
especially when they're dealing with people with disabilities, regardless whether it's mental or physical.
yeah.
I mean, my now that okay, I use a walker or a cane to get around,
I
and
used the cane.
yeah, and if I have a walker and I'm in the mall and I happen to walk by some guy that's my age or older and he's got a walker too, the first thing I do is I look him straight in the eye and going, "You want to race?" He's like, "What?" Because nobody notices them.
Yeah.
Person in a wheelchair.
You know what I do?
Talk to them. They're human beings.
Yep, Skipper. You know what I do? I give up my seat to give to them.
Yeah, actually, you're right. When I drove bus, I was starting to see a lot of it where the younger people don't do that anymore.
No,
Not even I used to do it for a lady. If a lady is on the bus, I'm not going to let her stand.
you know the knapsack? They used to have announcement. Please take it off your back to let people buy. They don't even take that off anymore.
No, things have changed a lot, unfortunately. Yeah, my goodness.
I go, if I had a bag on my back, I would took it off and let somebody buy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When here's a tale. I was driving a city bus and I was doing a school run, and I'm sitting in front of Jasper Place High School, and the kids are getting on, and they have the bad habit of all crowding in the front of the bus, so that there's hardly anybody in the back. So I pulled out my microphone and going, attention everyone, would the good-looking people please move to the back of the bus? All of a sudden, all those kids moved to the back right away, and the bus raised in the front. I go, boy, oh boy, talk about having egos. Oh man.
Yep. Yeah.
My goodness.
I always move down the back of the bus before I get off the back of the bus. People just stands in the middle of the bus. They're like, let people buy.
Mm-hmm.
Move down.
Yeah, I know.
Because there's no TTC buses. They don't have them long anymore. They're shorter, and they just like sardines in them now.
Yeah, they have changed it here. We used to have a really good bus service. Again, I drove bus until I retired, and the buses used to go into all the communities close enough so that if you had a wheelchair or a walker or a power chair, whatever, you didn't have far to go.
No.
In fact, a lot of cases it was just a short, a couple of houses down, you get on it. They've done away with them all. Now they've got these little handy buses that and if they will not go near your house. You have to go as much as half a kilometer to a pickup point, and if you miss them, they'll drive away and you have to order another one.
Yep. If I don't go with this TTC, they have them on wheel trains. If you because I took it once, I took it for a while because I fell and I had to take it.
Right.
If you're not downstairs in 5 minutes, they leave you.
Oh boy.
You only have 5 minutes. 5 minutes is waiting for the stupid elevators for 5 minutes. So I used to have to wait downstairs 20 minutes before it's pickup time to make sure I don't miss it. And you're standing outside because people don't see you. Right.
Yeah, things have gone downhill.
Yeah.
When it comes to transport.
Now, when I go to school now for 1 day a week, I leave here at like say 9:30 or 9:45.
Right.
And I go downtown. You should know this. Skipper, do not come downtown. It's crappy right now.
Yeah, no, I avoid going down even in Edmonton, but I've seen Toronto. Forget it.
Now, all the side streets are all getting work. Water main done. TTC tracks are lifting up, putting new ones on, and then they tied up all the buses. Gotta go jump.
Yeah, the other thing I was seeing, Carrie, is that it's not only in Toronto, it's here too. Ever since the pandemic, a lot of the restaurants and whatnot in the downtown areas are shutting down because people are staying home, and because of the economy, they can't afford to go out to restaurants anymore, so they're shutting down.
Yep, $20 for a cheeseburger and fries and a Coke.
Yeah, and McDonald's for $20 you could feed a family of 4. Now you can't.
No, for a small burger, fries and a drink, it's $9. But if you get a Big Mac, it's $15.
Yeah, I don't get the Big Macs or quarter pounders with cheese anymore. I just get the cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Cheapest one, small fries, cheeseburger. Well, it'll help my waistline, but it's still not helping my pocketbook that much.
No, but I only do it once a while because I have to be downtown before 1 o'clock. So I'm there right at 12. So what do I do for till?
Well, one of the perks, it's just you and me on here right now, so I can tell you. And one of the perks of being a veteran is that I can go up to the base, to the military base, and go into the mess hall, and I can eat there for next to nothing. And the food's great. And sometimes they'll go, "You're a veteran? Go ahead. It's on us." And I don't have to pay for anything. So it's pretty awesome.
When I went down, you remember, Skip, you remember the exhibition?
Which what C&E?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course I do.
Okay, it's a base there. I went in there, walked around 1 year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well, they got the big supply depot down there too. That's pretty cool. But
I walked around on that base. By the time I got out, I had to sit down because my legs were sore for walking around.
Yeah, this we like getting up to the bases as often we can. When you belong to different regimental associations, you get all these notices that they're having these parades and stuff. And I like going to them. I enjoy watching the young guys and gals doing their thing. And a lot of times they'll put on exhibits and demonstrations. I don't mind seeing them jumping out of helicopters or me trying to crawl around their new vehicles, which I realized that I'm not made for them anymore. I'm a little too big.
You remember the 9/11?
Yeah, I won't forget that too easy.
No, I won't either. Because I got locked in I went to school one year downtown, what was it, Danforth, and number one Danforth,
Right.
where they call it the suicide bridge and stuff. Yeah, I won't talk about that. That still bothers me some days.
Yeah, it was a bad time. It was a bad time.
And so that school over there, my teacher had to bring me home that night because we were locked down because they said the plane was coming to CN Tower.
Right.
So we were locked down. So I called my dad. Go, Dad, don't worry, I'm okay, but I love you. But
Hello, Block. Welcome aboard. Yeah, I just put up my 5-minute warning because I have to keep it to an hour. I'm watching my spouse is on the tail end of a really bad bout of pneumonia, so I've been her caregiver for the last 2 weeks.
yeah,
And I'm testing out my new improved video and audio and my green screen, which, as you can see behind me, it's turned out pretty good.
I like that.
Yeah, it's I need to have a decent one for when I play my seasonal character, and I'll be online doing videos for the kids.
Yeah,
quite a bit. So I'm glad everything is set up. Even the microphone was actually donated. This thing was donated to me by Darren Lowe. It's
called that looks good.
Yeah, it's actually a really cool looking thing.
Yeah, look like it was an alien.
Does look like an alien, doesn't it? But no.
You remember that? What's that monster? The big eyeball in Monsterland?
Oh, wait a minute. Are you talking about what do you call them?
The green guy.
Yeah. Are you talking about Monsters Inc?
Yeah. That looked like him.
Yeah, it's the snowball blue snowball mic. It's really nice.
I like it. When I get better at making my thing, I'm thinking of getting a mic too.
Yeah, it's I've waited a long time to get all this work done, and now that it's set up, I needed to have it done this season because this is my first full season working as a professional Santa. So I want to have the live feeds as good as possible, along with the videos I'm doing for the kids.
Yeah.
But also being able to do all my scheduling. The scheduling has been a jolly bit of fun. I've forgotten how much fun that is.
Yep.
You know, for 6 weeks, I'll be working 7 days a week. Not long days. Most days are only 3 or 4 hours, but so I'll have lots of time to be able to do the videoing on here. But
the kids will be happy.
Oh, the kids are going to have a ball, and it's going to help me with putting a roof on my house. Is I've been in here for 22 years now, and all the shingles are starting to curl.
Yeah.
So I've got to get that fixed. But over the last 3 years, the cost of getting anything done, any maintenance on your house, has skyrocketed. I mean, it's gone up over $2,000 in the last year alone. So, okay, I got to get this fixed quick.
Yep. Yeah, so I just came in to say hello to ya. And I gotta go now because I gotta feed my dog.
There, we're both pulling. That's called pull and pull. That means pulling your tent down.
Pulling the tent down.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming in. This is my first casual live feed today. So thank you for sharing. I'll be popping up occasionally, but come after November 11th, you're not going to see the old skipper. I'll be coming up on Santa Claus North Pole, Canada. If you want to chit chat with me, but that's over a week away.
Yep.
Yeah. Take care, John.
Skip.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.